What's going on, everyone? So I've seen a lot of talk about people just kind of throwing out, why don't we see Rob Pelinka? Why don't we see any of the Lakers executives and stuff at Summer League, right? And I'm okay with that, right? Like, I know you're seeing like Jason Kidd and all these other guys and all that stuff, right? Like, but here's the thing. Those teams are already done. The Lakers have a lot of work to do. If I don't see Rob Pelinka on the sidelines, hopefully, right? Hopefully he's not like golfing or something. Hopefully it's because he's busy putting in work to get something done. I'd rather him, instead of taking time to watch the guy. That's why you have a scouting department. That's why you have your coaching staff and all that stuff that are going to give the reports stuff. And JJ Redick's probably going to make some of those decisions. Rob Pelinka's job right now is to make moves, make trades, and fill out the roster and upgrade where we can. Right? Summer League is a good opportunity for the Lakers and Rob Pelinka. Right? I mean, the reports came out leading into Summer League that, hey, Rob Pelinka, this is a good opportunity for him. He's going to be very active. He's going to be in conversations, right? Because everyone's in Summer League. All these executives and everything like that, they're all there, right? They're all hanging out. They're all having, discussions and negotiations and stuff like that. You're not really seeing the GMs. You're seeing like Mark Cuban on the screen and, the other owner and stuff, right? Like, they're not having those conversations. They're not the ones that are in the thick of it. The GMs are over there having conversation, going to dinner, working and going through trade ideas and stuff. I don't want to see Rob Pelinka on the sidelines. I don't want to see Rob Pelinka sitting in the bleachers watching the game. You got work to do, my guy. Like, I don't got time for you to be sitting over here and just, lollygagging. No. The time that you're sitting here watching the game, you could be on the phones making phone calls and in negotiations. Right? Like, that's what I prefer. So, like, I don't know why somebody be like, how come we're seeing, Mark Cuban, you're seeing all these other guys. We're not really seeing GMs. You're seeing, like, I'm not saying you haven't seen any. Like, you saw, like, the Pelicans GM and stuff like that. But, like, again, I hope, because I don't know. Again, I'm just a fan. I'm not an insider or anything like that. But I hope that the Lakers are in the mix of something. Right? I hope that they're, active in it. Obviously, look, I still stand by. You got to be patient, right? No trade is better, than a bad trade. Right? You need to find those moves. And I trust that the Lakers will. I trust that Rob Pelinka will. So many people I see that are like, oh, Rob's not going to make a trade. Rob doesn't make trade. Like, what are you talking? Rob's made a trade every year he's been in office but one. And it was the one year that he said there wasn't anything. That was the year we were trying to get like DeJounte Murray, right? Like, and before we went to the Pelicans and the following offseason, right? So that was 2 seasons ago, right? And so, like, a guy that has made a trade every year. Like, I got a comment that was like, oh, Rob Pelinka doesn't trade draft picks. I mean, he wants to hold the picks, right? But Lakers have one first. How do you have one first if you're not trading your picks? Right? Like, again, it's things like that that's like, no, like, Rob Pelinka, say what you want about the guy, right? Is he a perfect GM? No GM is perfect. Right? We could have Sam Presti, right? And people would still be, they're making moves, and people would still be. Everyone hates the coach. Everyone hates their GM, right? Before the Thunder won the NBA championship this year, guess what everyone was saying in the Thunder, right? Sam Presti isn't it. He's overhyped, blah, 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 blah. Right? Oh, he blew it last time with the James Harden situation. And again, you can go to any of these forums and go and listen and watch and read comments and see how people, like, they all act the same way we do, right? Which is why I always think it's funny that other, like, oh, Laker fans are delusional, or Laker fans this, that, the other. It's like, it's all fans. All fans are, over-exaggerated. Every guy thinks their guy's a superstar. Everybody thinks their GM doesn't know what they're doing, right? I mean, it's how it works, right? But with Rob Pelinka in particular, he's not afraid to make moves. He's not afraid to do stuff. He's done it, like I said, every single year, good or bad. But he has learned through this process. In the beginning, dude, he was overpaying for stuff. He was taking the first deal that was available. Like, the guy was not very patient by any stretch of the imagination. He wasn't very good at, like, maximizing our assets and stuff. And he's learned. To his credit, he's learned. He's done a much better job being patient, and it's yield positive results. Again, if any other team not named the Lakers in a 6-month span, I don't even think it's been 6 months, but 4 to 6 months. If any other team in the NBA in a 4 to 6 month span landed Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton in that span, every single person, regardless of the team, would be like, that is unfair. Every single person would be like, that is a super team. Every single person would be like, oh my God. But because it's the Lakers, right? Luka's trash. He's washed up. He's a bum. That's why Dallas traded him, right? DeAndre Ayton, oh, he can't, like, Portland doesn't even want, Portland's paying them to get rid of him because he's trash and a bum and washed up. And then, okay. Don't be one of those people that are crying that the Lakers have a super team and that, the NBA rigged it for Luka, the NBA rigged it for DeAndre Ayton to go to the Lakers, win, boo-hoo. I give it like 20 games tops, and that's me being generous. I give it 20 games, and all of a sudden you look up at DeAndre Ayton's averaging 22, and Luka Doncic is averaging 30, and they're 5 or 19-2 or 19-1, right? And all of a sudden everyone's gonna be like, oh, it's not fair. Like, okay, but in the offseason, you're talking about the Lakers are trash and DeAndre Ayton's terrible. Rob has been good and he's been patient, and the patience has been rewarded recently. That's the key. If you're patient and it's rewarded, but if you're patient and nothing yields from it, that's where the problem becomes. Right? Like, again, if there's something there, Rob Pelinka is going to make that move. You know how I know? Because he's done it every single year except for one. And he himself said there was nothing. There was no trades. I tried. I was begging teams to take stuff, and they didn't want it. Right? Like, and that was the year that there weren't really many trades at all. There was only like a couple. Like, even the DeJounte Murray trade didn't happen until the offseason. Right? Like, there was only like 1 or 2 trades in that offseason or in that trade deadline. Right? So it wasn't just like the Lakers. It just, nobody was dealing at that point. Right? So the fact that we don't see Rob and all this stuff, and he's not doing all these interviews and doing all this stuff, like, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Like, because he should be busy. He shouldn't have time to get on camera, fix his hair, and, no. Stop. Put that down. Rough up your hair. Get back in the booth and get to work, right? Like, again, I believe the Lakers are going to be very good. Very good. Again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before it happens, right? We've all been wrong. Maybe you haven't. I have, right? But I think the Lakers are going to be really good. I think they're going to be the best offense in all of basketball by probably a good margin. But I do worry about the defense side of things. I would like a better two-way wing upgrade over Rui, and I'd like at least 1 or 2. Like, if we could get like a Bradley Beal and Andrew Wiggins, I think the Lakers win the NBA championship. Like, because I think you'll solve your bench scoring, and I think you solve kind of your 3-and-D wings. I mean, I'd like to get other pieces, but I think you're good enough, right? You're basically at least 8 deep, and you're in business, and the Lakers will be really good, and you're going to be the best offense in all of basketball, right? But again, we got to kind of see everything play out. You got a lot of time between now and October, beginning of October, training camp and all that stuff. A lot of time. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.